some of these
one of
things
the
have like
13 albums.
they have a bunch of Brazilians, and they don't shorten their names at all. And then it's like, yeah.
Toothbrush that I keep pulling out of my back. But I pull. Yeah. But it is. Oh no, I have one. But it is.
It's about equal value.
To be clear, it's a used toothbrush. So there's extra added value there. Yeah, it's actually like. Oh, by the way, my pen was in my notebook. One I couldn't find. Now I'm the one.
Now you don't have to give up your used toothbrush. Those are warm-up kids. They gotta be. Yeah. I guess they're just keeping their normal jerseys dry. He was working till 6. That little foothold so in between the gaps. Dang.
Everyone, goodbye. Coming up in just a few minutes, we have Saturday football taking on Mickey Fox 97. Last night they were flopped. They were just jet black. I don't know what their other kid is. I think it's just gonna be white. Yeah, they can't do that. Oh, and their goalkeeper's wearing orange, so either way it's not true. Their goalkeeper's wearing orange, so they're either wearing white or orange. They kind of have to put on black. They're putting on blue. I did not see that. Wait, no.
Yeah, they're wearing.
Everyone, it's almost time to kick off.
Check, check, check.
Saturday's football taking on Mickey Fox. TST rules are as follows.
I made the attempt to try and use TalkBack, but it still does not work.
Followed by target score time. At the end of the
No, I know, but I'm on non-TalkBack right now. I'm on broadcast.
second,
So probably the whole world is hearing me.
that target score wins.
And they can know that you can hear me, so
A player will be
we've done it all.
every
Yeah, I heard that. Now I can't tell you, like, hey. But you noticed I didn't talk until you were done because I, couldn't wrap my brain around it? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The edge of the tent just dripped directly down my back. So I am officially soaked through. I've hit that point. Yeah. No. The festival that is. Okay, do we have starting lineups? Oh, great. Yeah, name 3 players. Is David Akam one of them? Okay. Say more names. No, the first one. Say more of the first one. Perfect. Okay. Yep. Cool. Cary, North Carolina, the site of the 2025 TST. The rain is pouring down, but the facilities are still on point, and we are ready to rock as Sneaky Fox and their all-blue kits face off against Saturday's football in the final group stage match in Group 8 to claim first place and lock in a spot in the knockout rounds. Tony Walls leading from the back for this Sneaky Fox side. They have an imposing lineup out there to start things. On the flip side, for this Saturday's football group, heavily drawn from the Southern California, LA area, as they get the early save. But Abraham Villon, one of the star attackers for this group, in the starting lineup. And we have an opening goal in the opening minute of play in Group H action. No time to waste. Saturday's football trying to jump.
We have another goal for Saturday's football.
Number 7, Brian Medina. My voice does that sometimes. Knocks all power out.
No, I might be back.
TST action between Sneaky Fox and Saturday's football. Saturday's football coming out lethal. Their first touch, a goal. They lead 2-0 midway through this first half, and they are looking to jump Sneaky Fox in the standings and take over first place in the final game. Sneaky Fox in their third ever TST, one of the early tournament favorites. They've been put on their heels. The question now is, what can they do to recover? Nick Pereira into the feet of Acosta. Pereira, the big man, will lead the attack from the front. He is a facilitator with his back towards goal. As Acosta now will earn the restart for his team. Alex Caceres gets us restarted. Across the field to Tony Walls. Walls, longtime USL Championship player, played with the Chicago Fire alongside some of the coaches, including Mike McGee, the face of this team. Saturday's football in their second trip to the TST. And they'll rotate possession here. Abraham Villon helping lead things for this group. Ahmed Shaibu rotates it along the back line. The scorer of the first goal, Jose Montez, back on the field, a big presence in the attack for this Saturday's football group. David Goss with you from Cary, North Carolina. The rain is pouring down. It has not put a damper on the soccer, though. These teams have come out flying in this one. Sneaky Fox coming into this game at 2-0. Not an official clinch in the next round, but 6 points should be enough to get there, but they want to ensure it with a group win in a victory here today. Pino will drop it back to the goalkeeper's feet. Chris Toth. Toth, one of the top USL Championship producers in goal over the last few years.
We are sold out.
We are at the midway point of this first half. 2-0 lead for Saturday's football, pulling a large part of their talent from the soccer hotbed in in Southern California. You could probably build successful national teams just out of the LA area. If you add San Diego into that, and that entire stretch, you could push for World Cup wins. The amount of players that have come out of that region on the men's and women's side. And so Saturday's football, an opportunity to bring that here to TST. Drew Connor comes in and picks that one up. Flying forward with the touch a little bit too long. This Sneaky Fox group, they're an assortment of players that have touched across Mike McGee's career path in a number of different ways. Players he played with the Chicago Fire, including former MLS MVP David Accam. Drew Connor in that list as well. A number of MASL players that he has pulled on who have shown the difference for some of the teams that have won TST in the past in Newtown and La Bombonera. So a collection of elite talent, but right now being put to the test. That one not far away for Kevin Rincon. The pressure broken here. Sneaky Fox flying forward, and the shot blocked away at the top of the 6. Both these teams looking to make something happen in possession, neither sitting back. This is the type of soccer you want to see at TST. And the cross attempt blocked. It was Michael Ramos trying to cut that one back. This one somehow stays in. Saturday's football looking to make it 3-0. And Toth with the save at the near post. Eric Villatoro not giving up on that ball along the sideline. Looked like Sneaky Fox went to sleep a little bit. And Villatoro bursting into space. The rain driving down across the field has not slowed this Saturday's football team. You'd think the team from sunny Southern California would be less comfortable, but it's only locked them in even more to bring a high-level performance here. David Accam, Ghanaian international, MLS MVP on the ball. His first ever TST appearance. Saturday's football, no rush as they look to set the pace in this game. Space here for the strike and not far off. Toth saw it moving, but Medina challenging the goal. Tony Walls restarts the attack. Briscoe now flying forward. Briscoe immediately challenged, trying to fight away from the pressure of Prado. Now Acosta closed down. Prado still working offensively. Sneaky Fox able to escape that corner. Walls curls the cross in. And you see the frustration there from Pereira. He wants the ball at his feet, even with his size. But Pereira, that target forward that wants the ball in control. Ahmed Shalibu, he's been aggressive out the back so far in this game. As you see, making those runs once again. We've got 5 minutes left to play here in this first half. 20-minute games, 40-minute halves. Target score time will be set after that, and every game ends on a goal. So for Sneaky Fox, they're in no rush. Timing is not an issue. As long as they're efficient with their chances, they will have the opportunity to get a win here. It's Tony Walls now stepping forward into the attack. Briscoe. He lays it off. Bennett up the line. Briscoe surrounded by white jerseys. Can't stay on his feet. Does keep possession for a bit. And this one will go out. It will be off of a Saturday's football defender, and it will be a corner kick. A chance to substitute for both these teams. So the corner kick taking some time to set it up, and a yellow card will be shown for a little bit of shoving off the ball. So a yellow card given here to Abraham Villon. Corner kick goes all the way back to the feet of Toth.
Yellow card issued to Saturday's football, Abraham Villon.
Headed away as we are into the final 3 minutes of this first half. Trying to barrel through for an opportunity there. It's put out. Pereira sneaks this one somehow into the 6. Looked like there was bodies in his way. Somehow able to at least force the corner kick. Sneaky Fox have not been very aggressive with their restarts. And they don't choose to, but this one does go all the way back to Toth once again. Caceres comes to get it. Immediately off the bench and into the play for Sneaky Fox is Ramos. And a free kick earned by Ramos. And Ramos now right back off the field. Running substitutions, of course, throughout TST play. That shot flashes wide. We've got a number of big games still to come here today. First day of women's group stage action. Final day of men's group stage action. So every game on the men's side is for a spot in the knockout rounds. On the flip side, on the women's side, your debut matches to set the tone. To try and follow through to make it to the $1 million matchups. Back-to-back games on Monday in Wake Med Soccer Park. And available for streaming on ESPNU. Every game is streamed from TST, whether it's on the YouTube page or ESPNU. Sneaky Fox still trying to find an opening. It was a creative flick on there. Saturday's football from Morales. But Sneaky Fox now back on the ball. Sprayed out wide and just saved in play. But has to be restarted now by Nico Pereira. Sneaky Fox in their smart looking blue kits with the stripes. 1970s vibe, Saturday's football. No one has a culture and fashion brand, so they no slouches in their white with the creative black lettering. And right now, no slouches on the field. A goal in the opening 30 seconds, a second, a few moments later, and a 2-0 lead heading into halftime for Saturday's football.
Just a reminder, stay tuned to live group videos on TST7D7.com. You can also see the video board over at the Coca-Cola Terminal Tennis Central. Find out who's going to be dancing to the knockout round.
Well, the problem was the rain started moving this way. I'm soaked at this point. I don't think you I think you guys can't see. That's what radio chat said. We're reaching the point where warm water becomes chilling when it's like cold now. No, I mean like, you know, like it's not like cold, but it's like now you're also I have to get an Uber out of here right after this.
It's the final game of the group stage in TST men's action. Sneaky Fox and an opportunity for Saturday's football to take first place in the group. Sneaky Fox coming in a perfect 2-0 in first, but a win would swap all of that. it would throw everything into chaos. And that's what Saturday's football is looking to do. Sneaky Fox coming out in their all blue kits with the white shorts, going right to left on your screen. Saturday's football, they're all white, going left to right on your monitors. 20 minutes here in this second half. 7v7 action, running subs. At the end of this, we'll set our target score one more than the leading team, and we will play until one of these sides hits that mark. Pulling a player off the field every 3 minutes until then. From 7v7 down to 6v6 and so on. Cary, North Carolina, our site for the 2025 TST, the third straight year of this competition. Third straight year in this home. Walls trying to play into Saturday's football shape. Everything has been sort of around the outside as Ewan Holden lets that one run through and doesn't have a teammate where he thought he did. But for Saturday's football, they haven't been able to play into, or excuse me, for Sneaky Fox into Saturday's shape. And so they're going to have to find a way to be a little bit more cutting. You'd think the first part of that game plan would be getting Nick Pereira on the field and playing into his feet at the top of the box as Acosta now brings the pressure. Acosta closing down. The goal scorer floats that one into the sky. Toth comes off his line. Can Sneaky Fox be quick enough here to take advantage of their numbers? Acosta cuts in field. Sprays it out wide. But that one behind his teammate and forcing Sneaky Fox to hold up a little bit more than maybe they'd like to. Calm with the quick strike. One of the most lethal attackers we have seen on this continent. Spending his career with the Philadelphia Union and Chicago Fire. He's played in AFCONs. He's played for Ghana at the highest of high levels. And playing now for Sneaky Fox as Toth comes off his line. He can't win it. And it's a goal and an assist in this one on Saturday's football for Jose Montez. He had the assist on the second goal, and he scored here. Saturday's football, the model of efficiency here in this game. They scored in the opening minute, and they have taken advantage of every little gap Sneaky Fox has left for them. Time never runs out on you because of target score here at TST, but Sneaky Fox are going to have to start limiting the damage in a couple moments. So the free kick in favor of Saturdays. Now the pressure from Sneaky Fox has to come as they need to push the momentum of this game. But one goal could change everything. So now Pereira back on. You have to think the attack will be predicated towards playing through him. Marauding run down the side from Ramos. That's blocked immediately, and now the restart. Not enough space given to allow the restart, and there are no throw-ins, so everything's a kick-in, but you can do whatever you want with it. You can kick it off the ground, so it can become a free kick and service into the box if you want. Pereira with the layoff. Pino waving Toth back into goal to deal with this one, and Sneaky Fox are able to get away with it. Now Pereira holding off the defender. Pereira trying to find a slip ball. He'll push it out wide eventually. He had the early switch of the field if he wanted to do it blind with his first touch, but hard to see right now with the players flashing all over the place and the rain pouring down. Pereira taken off him, beautifully defended with the double team from Saturdays. They can't keep possession, and now back in their defensive block. Bennett looking to get to his right foot. His cross is blocked. And bodies flying left and right. Everyone putting everything into this one. A chance at a spot in the knockout rounds on the line. Something to remember is goal differentials, goals scored, that could all come into play as well. So as we get deeper into this game, I have to look at things past just the result. Pereira out wide for Acosta. Acosta with the curling strike. He's been waiting for a half inch to try and get one away, and he wasn't far off with that one. That one floated out. Saturday's football, they have not had a heavy amount of possession in this game, and they lead 3-0. They will take it with no qualms. And now the game, the impetus sort of on Sneaky Fox. Pereira coming to the ball. He can't keep possession. It opens up the counterattack for Saturdays. The early strike. Toth does enough to stay in front of it. Walls now picking up his head. There's space down the middle if he wanted Pereira. Instead, he goes to the far side. A little too high for Briscoe. And it'll roll out. Briscoe keeping the pressure high. All over the top to the goal scorer. A bit of a slide tackle there from Walls, and it gets called. This one rotated off. Saturdays, all the time they have the ball is just time they don't have to defend. Space here for the strike. It takes a deflection, and Toth able to recover it on the line. He made the first save, a little slippery. You could see his eyes get big as he realized the danger, but just able to recover in time. Pereira over the top. Good first touch, and the shot is blocked before it can get on goal. You saw a little frustration there from John as the slip pass was also on. This ball drilled right on the near post. Mike McGee trying to get this one back into play as fast as possible. Sneaky Fox, his vodka company that he named this team after. An early adopter of TST, got involved year one. Has had a wide range of different teammates and members of his squad. You can argue he has the most prolific coaching staff here. As MLS's all-time top goal scorer, Nick Raimondo, stands alongside him with Dan Gargan and Alan Gordon as well. Now Ramos flying forward. Over to John. John cuts back, but white jersey's there to recover. Saturday's not taking off any plays. Josh Penn with the strike, and it's punched away. One goal could change the entire complexion of this one. And Saturday's putting everything out there to keep it a 3-0 lead. Midway through this second half, one goal so far for Saturdays. This one rolled out. It pops up. Claims for handball. We still play on. Akam gets the first touch. Now Bennett flying through. It's going to be a free kick, but it will be outside the box, our referee says. So a yellow card, but no penalty coming. Acosta and Akam lining this up. Let's see what Sneaky Fox has up their sleeves. It's in the name as the rain comes even harder somehow in Cary. Both these teams hoping to book a spot in the knockout rounds. The shot, and it's slammed into the wall. There's cracks, but it doesn't break for Saturdays. And they are hanging on still to this shutout. And for Sneaky Fox, it's got to be in the back of your head that any turnover could be a goal. Saturdays have been so dangerous in transition. Long ball over the top here. Torres Villarron. Saturdays just has not had much possession in this half, but it has suited them so far. The flick on. Here's an opportunity once again. Can Saturdays do it to Sneaky Fox? Every time they've broken, they've been dangerous, but this time Sneaky Fox stands up defensively. Walls now into the big feet of Pereira. Pereira surrounded by white jerseys. He tries to turn and go upfield. Clean tackle made. As we continue on. Caceres. Oh, it's been more dangerous for Sneaky Fox as the second half has gone on, but still not the quality of chances that Saturdays has been able to generate with less possession. Long strike comes in. And clean enough there for Saturdays. Nice ball over the top, and it almost fell for the side in white. A tackle come over and made by Holden. Drew Connor now coming off the bench, calling for the ball. It goes wide, though, for Briscoe. Connor now with the shot. Drew Connor, the University of Wisconsin legend. First time left-footed strike, but the cap's still on this goal. One rolls over the line. And it's going to be fascinating to watch target score time in a game with this type of weather. The margins are so slim for any mistake in target score time, and it becomes even harder as the game gets a little bit sloppier. Connor now pushed out wide. Pereira backing up his defender, put across for Briscoe. Briscoe trying to set up the shot, but couldn't get his first touch clean enough. Saturday's tucked in. It almost looks like target score time with the way they're defending here, but they've got the 3-goal lead. The impetus is not on them. Connor trying to sneak that ball down the middle. And a dangerous moment. Cleaned up, though. Briscoe into the feet of Walls. Walls now. He has it turned over. The goal scorer, Montez, leading the attack. And now Saturday's flying forward. And Briscoe steams through with the tackle. We're into the final 5 minutes of this second half. As of now, we'd set the target score at 4. It'd be 1 goal for Saturday's, 4 unanswered, necessary for Sneaky Fox to take all 3 points in this one. Sneaky Fox coming into today undefeated. They knocked off La Mexicana Express. They beat Bumpy Pitch. Right now, Bumpy Pitch leading La Mexicana Express, entering target score time on the field next to us. Well, this group's going to get decided here in the next few moments. Saturday staying in their clean defensive shape. The battle there won by the California side, and Montez, we saw his outside of the foot assist in that first half. Tried to feather that one through for his teammates' run there. Pereira takes the first touch. He strikes it, and the opening goal for Sneaky Fox. That's what the big man's been trying to set up over and over again. He seals his defender. He gets that first clean touch. He powers it in, and he cuts the deficit to 3-1. We are into the final 2 minutes of regulation. We will then set our target score time. So don't go anywhere, as this one is earmarked for a dramatic finish. Here from Cary, North Carolina, in the rain, on the TST's YouTube page. Restarted quickly. Acosta with the layoff, under pressure. The big switch there. Bennett cannot control. Now Montez will take his time. He slips that pass through for Villallon. Space here for Saturdays. Can they get that goal back? It's just wide. Toth was beaten, but no shot ever came. Saturdays still pushing forward. And the foul will go against them. Acosta, a tough pass for him to handle. He does the best he can. Then he puts the strike in. The deflection pops up, and it's just an inch too far for the tap in. In a flash, it was almost 3-2. John doing everything he can off the back of Bennett's deflected shot. He threw his body at it and just not able to direct it on frame. But as expected, this game has tightened up. Target score is set at 4. It's 1 goal for Saturdays, and they take the group. It's 3 unanswered for Sneaky Fox, and they get the miraculous win, and they move to a perfect 3-0. We'll have all your target score action coming up in just a moment here from TST.
Anyone who's taller, can you help her? Yeah. Hold the bottom down. And now make sure it's locked. It should lock.
We're friends. We can talk. What is on? What's the? I'm probably on too. I don't have Snapchat. I don't play Fortnite.
Well, don't worry, I'm already.
All right, guys, here we go. We've had an exciting game so far. Round 3 in Group 8. Mickey Fox coming into the game. 2 wins, 0 losses.
Saturday's football, a goal in the opening 30 seconds of the first half. They doubled their lead late in the first half. They did so again in the second half. They've been lethal with few chances. They lead 3-1. They're a goal away from a victory here in the final group stage game against Sneaky Fox, as Mike McGee, the leader of this team, out on the field talking to his squad, getting them ready. Sneaky Fox and their blue kits going right to left. Saturdays and their all white kits going left to right. We're in target score time. The clock doesn't matter anymore. Whoever scores the fourth goal of this game, they will be the winners. Every 3 minutes we play without that goal, we will take a player off the field for both sides. We start at 7v7. We'd move to 6v6 and so on, all the way down to 2v2 if necessary. For Saturday's football, though, they hope that's not the case. Sneaky Fox, it's a high mountain to climb, but it's not impossible. We've seen more done already in this TST. We've seen 4-goal comebacks happen. You always control your own destiny. You always have the opportunity. Long ball up the line. Beautifully done here to get away from the tackle. The early shot, and it curls just wide. It was an outside of the boot try. Just trying to curl that one into that far post. Saturday's football. They haven't had a lot of possession, but they have made all of it count so far. Cox closing down, and Saturday's trying to blast that one long, but Walls keeps it in the attack. The cross knocked away. Now Caceres will reset. Walls deep into the corner. Ramos lurking on the top of the box, asking for it. The 1v1 battle, it's still alive. Ramos takes it down, fakes the shot, and has it knocked away. Saturday's now on the attack, and somehow that one stays in play. Pereira has the lone goal for Sneaky Fox. He was trying to get a transition opportunity as Bumpy Pitch takes the target score win on the field behind us. So they are hoping Sneaky Fox drops points here. Give them a shot at first place in the group. Acosta, he's been lively in this one. That one too far for him. Casares can't win it back. Pereira does come clean it up. And we are about to hit that first 3 minutes And we will be heading down to 6v6 action if no one can score that fourth. Coming up. Costa in some space. Wonder who target score will help a little bit more for Sneaky Fox. They've struggled to break down Saturday's shape as that one goes through the 6. So will the extra space help them, or will Saturday's lethal direct style be even more dangerous with that extra space? Doesn't make it all the way to Pereira. He takes the touch up, fakes the volley, surrounded immediately by defenders. Briscoe lays it off, and Casares will switch the field. Acosta to his right foot. His cross is blocked. It'll be a corner kick, but first we will pull those two players off the field. So 6v6 action, 3-1. Target score set at 4 here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina.
Saturday's football, the white jersey needs 1 goal to win. Sneaky Fox in the blue needs 3 goals to win.
Now a chance to take the corner kick. Bennett lurking on the far side. Toth starting to walk up the field to bring a little support. It'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Sneaky Fox will reset their possession. These keepers now will be tested. How much can they aid their team in possession with the extra space afforded to them? Pereira plays it off for Ramos. Back to Pereira. Back to Ramos. Space now on the pullback and well defended. Pereira drawing that one up, talking it through with his teammates. But Saturday's equal to the task. And now Walls comes on in place of Toth, so he is the goalkeeper for now, but he receives a yellow card. He did not have the penny on when he came on the field. So it's an illegal substitution. Now you do have to wait for the other player to come off. That is what we normally see that penalized for, but this time it was because of the penny not being on and Walls not being ready to, in all intents and purposes, be the goalkeeper there. Walls now walks into the attack. Walls with the strike on the ground. It's still alive and cleared away at the last second. A fortunate bounce, and it almost fell for Ramos. Now Saturdays, no goalkeeper on the field for Sneaky Fox, but they cannot take advantage. Toth needs Walls to come off the field before he can get back on. Walls slides it over. Now back to Walls. The danger with this is Walls is on the opposite side of the substitutions, and now he will come off. But Toth won't come back on. It'll be another field player in goal. So Sneaky Fox with a new idea now. Every team has a different tactic. As this shot from Cox is deflected, it'll go out for a corner kick. Every team has ideas how to use this space, how to try and take advantage. Casares has been the tempo setter here in target score time. Sneaky Fox has dominated the ball, but any mistake from them would mean a victory for Saturdays. I think we're all in favor of Saturdays, but Sneaky Fox maybe a little less so right now. Cox takes the strike, and Ramos was looking for the deflection there on the edge of the goal. So we will go down to 5v5 play here.
Just a reminder, needs 1 goal. Sneaky Fox needs 3.
So the referee just resetting things, making sure the correct amount of players are on the field. Saturdays is having a attacker put on a penny, so they're getting ready to potentially bring on another field player. A turnover here, though, in a dangerous spot. But Ramos, rather than attack, puts his foot on it. To the edge of the box. Caceres walking it forward. Pereira back on the field. He's got the lone goal in this one, but he turns it over there, and he gets called for the foul, and Cox sprints off the field, and Toth gets back on. A little gamesmanship there from Pereira to just kill the pace of the attack. And Saturdays now, they don't have a goalie on the field, and they put themselves in a tough spot. Taking a risk for no reason, they're able to get out of it. So Aguilar is off. The first goal scorer of the game here, Salguero, up the line. Prado back to Salguero. Prado hanging out on this right side. Doesn't even look upfield there. John with a slip, and John now extending his pressure. This is the danger you have as this ball stays in play. Now the referee blows the whistle, and we're going to send a player off for both teams. And it looks like go down to 4v4 play. I think the referee frustrated because the subs are so close to the sideline. It makes it even harder to see whether or not it's out of bounds. So we're into 4v4 play. Danny Barrera, the goalkeeper, in all intents and purposes, the face of the Hartford Athletic, their inaugural captain, their leader throughout their USL championship time, playing for this Saturday's football group. Barrera now. He's got to find the balance between being safe and pushing the game to create that winning goal. Any strike for Saturdays, and they clinch their spot in the knockout rounds, and that goal scorer is awarded the Golden Fleece by Adidas for scoring that target score goal. Prado back to Barrera. Danny Barrera, one more chance to lace it up here in a competitive setting, and this Saturday's team has looked every bit as competitive as any team we've seen, ready to be a difference. I think this is odd. Sneaky Fox slows the game to get Toth off the field, but Barrera's in goal. Wouldn't you rather have your goalkeeper shooting on a non-goalkeeper than the other way around? But Sneaky Fox, they've got a long road to go, and trying to manage this time. Now, the smaller it gets, the harder it is to defend. And for Sneaky Fox needing 3 unanswered, they have to start to get them early. That is just too hard at 2v2 to get enough stops to come all the way back. Cox here. Cox with the strike, and it's wide. Aguilar is holding it. An opportunity for Aguilar to get off, but Aguilar now played the ball, so the goalkeeper all the way out at midfield, forced to play. Saturdays has made some odd decisions in trying to sub their goalkeepers out, putting themselves under unforced pressure. Jovel back to Barrera. Barrera over to Jovel. Barrera now. Up to the feet of Jovel. Back to Barrera. Big switch out of pressure. Saturdays handling the press fine, but yet to create an opportunity. Is there an opening now here? Barrera starts to sneak in that pink penny. Feels like it might fall to him. Put across the top of the box. Barrera sneaks it down the side. Back to Barrera. Back out wide. And no one wants to put their laces through it. And Barrera now will reset things. Over to the feet of Jovel. Two defenders beaten here, and the shot goes wide. Medina finally forces the play, and it looked like he had done enough, but wanted to try and sneak it into that side of the post. And now a chance for Sneaky Fox. 4v4 action. Sneaky Fox needs 3 unanswered goals. They've yet to score here in target score time. Caceres over to Ramos. Back to Caceres. Ramos now. Over to Cox. Ramos with the right-footed shot. And Sneaky Fox starts the long climb back. So Ramos, his first goal of the game. It's 3-2, and we are in to 3v3 action as the referee now will reset things in the stoppage. Barrera back in as the goalkeeper. Saturdays will reset things. Prado on the field once again, as is Abraham Villon. Villon has been one of the most dangerous players on the field for Saturdays. Can he do so once again? Barrera, way too deep right now. There's no pressure on you. Now he starts to step forward. Villon back to Barrera. Out wide for Prado. Barrera. Out there for the attacking impetus as the added attacker here playing in the place of the goalkeeper. Over to Villon. Now for Prado. Back to Barrera. Barrera strike, and that's it. Saturday's football coming into this one in second place. They will leave in first. A clinical performance. 4 goals. 1 in the opening 30 seconds. They seal it here in target score time. And Danny Barrera will be awarded the Golden Fleece. And he is the target score winner. He seals the 3 points for his side. And Saturday's football in their second ever appearance at the TST, guaranteeing a spot into the knockout rounds. Okay, I'm not on that, but have fun.
process?
Right, which